It's a pretty scary sight what's going on up in the sky right now in Dravania. And there's only one way we can get up there. And unfortunately, as strong of a jumper as the Stenian is as an Azure Dragoon, I don't even think he could get us up there. So that means we have to turn to an old friend. So with that in mind, greetings people of the world, Matthew back with you here at Navora Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. So, last time, we finally got our encounter with Race Valgar, and as we hoped to get some sort of reasoning with him, it just simply could not be done. In fact, the verbal thrashing that he gave to everyone was so bad that we actually no longer have Isael with us. She was left crestfallen at Zenith and we just left her behind. And so, because of that, we now have decided to focus our attention on Nidhogg himself, the dragon who of course is the strongest of them all, and we have to somehow deal with him. But the only way we're going to be able to do that is, aforementioned, turn to someone we actually know from before. So, why don't we speak with the Stenian to continue on with the main story. And we'll take on his level 54 challenge entitled New Winds, Old Friends. Estenian would have you enlist the aid of Ishgard. A force of sufficient power to break through a primal's defenses might conceivably grant us access to the area. And I can offer no better solution. Pray consult this engineer friend of yours. Very well, on the condition that you swear not to lure Nidhogg from his lair in our absence. Oh great, and steal all the glory for myself, you mean? Nay, I am not so selfish as that. Contact me by link pool when your preparations are complete, and we shall set forth from Ishgard together. So we're essentially at the end of the line then? I suggest we rendezvous back at Saint Trinette 4, Mathia. From what I gleaned of the Holy Sea's decidedly ambitious airship project, Sid will still be in Ishgard. And I think that makes perfect sense. And I guess Estenian is just satisfied to stand his ground. So, that means it's time for us to return for what feels like forever, almost a month now, back to Ishgard. So we're gonna have to go pay a visit to an old friend of ours. It's time for Ishgard to hopefully do what he can do best. And as it stands right now, hopefully we will run into minimal resistance because, of course, when we first set foot on Caerthan's soil back in Realm Reborn, the big issue was that we couldn't really do anything in terms of what we wanted to do. And that really set us back quite a bit. Now, if I remember correctly, we are going to the Skysteel Manufactory. So let's go there right now. Alright, so, yeah, here's Alpha Node. So let's go ahead and speak to him. When last you saw Master Garland, he was advising the Ishgardians on their ailing airship, correct? In that case, he might still be at Camp Cloudtop. Failing that, we could try the airship landing, or mayhap even the Skysteel Manufactory. But let us not waste time searching aimlessly. Someone in the city is sure to know where to find him. The question is who? Sir Amric would seem the obvious choice, but there's no guaranteeing he will be able to grant us an audience at short notice. Ah, I have it. Count Edmund's youngest son prides himself on knowing all of the Holy Sea's juiciest rumors. Let us return to the manor and see if Lord Thanalan is about. Alright. Then that we shall do. So back over to the Aethernet shard and we'll make a warp over to the last vigil. So let's hope that we can indeed glean some vital information here from Lord Thanalan. And of course, people are still going to keep filing in as they complete Heavensward in order to accomplish the purpose of entering the manor, and in so doing, taking on the early quests of the game. But of course, we've come a long way from there already. So, since we are once again in the Fortalt Manor, dress uniform. Hi, Thanalan. How have you been? Oh, the hero returns! How goes the fight, old boy? Well, I trust... In search of a Sid Garland, you say? Then say no more! The taverns are full of talk, and the name of the said silver-haired genius has cropped up more often than most. I hear he's been tasked with getting that monstrous airship the Holy See commissioned to actually fly. It would seem the project has been plagued with mishaps from the first. In any case, Scotland Ironworks employees are known to frequent the airship landing, and I'll wager their master does too. The airship landing? Yes, I thought as much. Come, Matthias, we must find Sid and trouble him for his expert opinion. Well, thank you very much, Sir Thanalan. So yeah, I guess we're going to the Forgotten Night, because I do believe that is where the airship landing is closest to. So hopefully it won't take us that long to get there. Alright, changing over, back over to Foundation, we must go. Forgotten Nights. Yeah, it's been such a long time since we set foot in Ishgard. And the last time we were coming in here, we were trying to clear Alpha Node, as well as Tataru, from being in league with heretics. And what the? It's actually in the pillars? How come I didn't see the icon? Ugh. Alright. It's probably the Astrologicum that we had to go to. Yeah, how come I didn't see the icon on the map? Yeah, here we are. Yeah, I'm showing that I'm still not enough with the knowledge of what is going on around here and what is where. So, Sid, it's been a while. Yeah, the last time we saw you, you were saving our hides. And looks like you've even warmed up for the weather too. Matthias, Alpha Node, how fare you both? Not terribly well, judging by your faces. Greetings, Master Garland. I am sure it will come as little surprise when I tell you we have need of a favor. Go on. So, explained in detail. Another wind barrier! And you say it was conjured by Nidhogg? The Enterprise could certainly take you where you need to go, but she would not fare well against dragons. She's agile for a ship her size, but not that agile. The Drafanians would fly rings around her. And if they took it into their heads to incinerate the rigging, there would be precious little we could do to avoid them. Which means... But there must be something we can do, some manner of weapon we could employ. The Stenian stands vigil at the edge of the churning mist, but we do not know how much longer. Alright, I didn't say it was impossible. I said it was impossible for the Enterprise. We need a smaller boat. Smaller? Biggs, Wedge, it's time that we gave that new tour of yours a proper field test. Oh, you mean the tiny Bronco? Yeah, we were actually introduced to this. In fact, you get introduced to this when you choose your initial grain company, no matter which one you choose. And they seem to obviously approve. Alright, it's probably best if I let the lads show you. Come on, the manufactory's not far. Oh, so now we have to go to the manufactory. Oh, curse you. Yeah, like, shouldn't we have been there from the start? Alright, so be it. We'll go ahead and get it done. And it looks like the challenge will be completed once we actually arrive. Alright, Sky Steel Manufactory time! For the second time in this video. Yeah, it will not surprise me if we have to keep bouncing back and forth now in this area. Alright, let's do this. Make sure we are going the right direction. Now, are they actually... Okay, no, they will be within the manufactory proper. Yeah, I was thinking that was like an alternate entrance into it or something, but no, that's not the case. Yeah, here's Biggs. So let's go ahead and speak with him. Our little project's just inside. Oh, you're gonna like this one. I'm sure I will. And so, upon our entry... Let's have a look. Eyes are wide.
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a mana cutter.
A mana cutter, huh? Oh, this thing. Okay, I've seen various people using this.
After you put down Gaius, Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit, and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design has plainly rubbed off on them.
Indeed it has. Yeah, just doing our job.
They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution. I'm actually a little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
The design does, however, come with one small flaw.
That being?
The energy conversion ratio is bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
Well, we have seen a few of
there are a few
those.
places you can fly, lots of places you can't.
That's not cool.
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering, meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off. If you'll forgive the pun.
Oh, I don't mind. Oh, who's coming in to join us? Oh, hey, Tataru. Oh, I get the feeling we may get distracted again.
Tataru, what's happened?
Do we want to know?
I've been looking all over for you. There's been word from Ul'dah. It's about Her Grace, the Sultana.
Has what I feared finally happened?
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the Mana Cutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds.
Thanks, Sid. We appreciate it. Biggs and Wedge, you too.
You, meanwhile, should concentrate on providing Raoban and the Sultana whatever help they need.
Well, if this can get me close to the level 55, I'm all for it. And so, another 62,000 experience comes my way. And so, can we keep going on main story? Or are we forced to sidetrack? No, we can continue. As long as we can continue, I have no problems. So let's speak with Tataru to take on the level 54 challenge entitled A General Summons. Tataru has news for you from Ul'dah. General Raoban says they may have uncovered the Sultana's whereabouts. And he wants you, which I mean both of you, to go to the Waking Sands right away and help with the investigation. Come, Mathia. Pressing through Ishgard's plight may be up. Our presence here will not serve to hasten the Mana Cutter's completion. Let us return to the troubled lands of Thanalan and lend what aid we may. Tataru, have our friends at the congregation send a message to Estenian. Tell them we have identified a solution to our problem, but that it will take some time to prepare. As you wish, Master of Node. To the Waking Sands, Warrior of Light. 'Tis past time Ul'dah was delivered from this darkness. I really hope you're right about that. Because, yeah, there's still a little voice in my head saying that what we saw at the end of Realm Reborn is going to eventually rear its ugly head, and when it will actually arrive, we still do not yet know. In any event, we will make our way to Horizon and then to the Waking Sands. I'll be with you guys there in a moment. Okay, we've arrived back at the Waking Sands, so we might want to slip out on battle gear for this one because it could get messy. I'm really hoping it won't yet come to this point, but I have a feeling that it eventually will. So as we return to the Waking Sands... Hey Oriange, where'd you come from?
Thank you for coming.
Well, it's our pleasure, General.
No thanks are necessary, General. I trust your recuperation continues apace.
I cannot complain. Thanks to Higiri and her ministrations, I've regained much of the strength I lost during my imprisonment.
Well, at least they found a way to cap your arm. The one that you lost in battle.
I gather you have made progress in the search for Her Grace.
Aye, some good fortune at last. A few days past, Ul'dah informed us that a sizable shipment of alchemical supplies had been delivered to the palace.
And? Oh, hey, Pippin.
With Papa Shan's assistance, I set out to ascertain the source and nature of the shipment. My inquiries led me to Frondale's frontistery. There, I learned that an order had been placed for a curious substance designed to sustain patients trapped in death-like slumber. An invention of the former head alchemist, apparently.
A death-like slumber? This cannot be a coincidence.
No, apparently not.
Some weight to Ul'dah's claims, aye. Her Grace is likely somewhere within the palace, abed but alive.
Before making any attempt to extricate the Sultana, however, it seemed prudent to learn what manner of substance was used to induce her torpor. To that end, I made inquiries as to the whereabouts of the one most like to have administered it. The lady-in-waiting, Mariel.
Yes, she did appear in a few scenes with the Sultana, especially at the end.
We sent for you as soon as we learned of her location. All that remains is to apprehend the woman.
Why do I get the feeling it will not be so easy?
We shall find our cat's paw in the Silver Bazaar. But we must tread carefully. The market is not the bustling place it once was, and someone is sure to mark our coming. Should they inform the monetarists, we'll have a fight on our hands. We must be prepared for the worst, and being short an arm, I thought it wise to take another in its stead. What say you, Warrior of Light? Will you lend me yours?
Of course. That's what I'm here for there, Robon.
Then I pity the bastard that stands in our way. Come, my friends, for Nanamo, and for Ul'dah!
Now we're still waiting for Oriange to tip his hand, but it hasn't happened yet. Still waiting for him to tip his hand. Alright, Lady Ugiri, I guess you have the next word. Our target is Mariel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting, a woman of Midlanda heritage. I am told the two of you have met. Yeah, right at the end. Our sources indicate that she left the palace shortly after the incident and quietly rejoined the dwindling population of the Silver Bazaar. I suggest we begin by questioning the market's residents and confirm that Mariel is still hiding in there. Alright, this we can do. But yeah, the Silver Bazaar is quite a bit of distance away. In fact, hold on a second. Okay, that's for extreme mode. Okay, so yeah, let's just teleport out, because I think I know where we're going. So now it's just a matter of actually getting ourselves there. So it's actually quicker for us to just warp out. Because yeah, the Silver Bazaar is not in the same place as Vesper Bay. It's actually in a completely different area altogether. So now we will... Oh, well, thank you, sir. Let's make our way south. Yeah, it's a bit of distance to go, but it'll be worth it. So ultimately our goal is to get down there. And that's quite a bit of distance that we have to cover, but it must be done. So it's going to entail crossing the bridge, and then once we've done that, we head southwest. So yeah, we haven't made a journey across the Silver Bazaar, or no, not the Silver Bazaar, the Horizon Bridge in like forever, as far as storyline is concerned. So now let's start making our way to the southwest. And let's hope that we will find some information that we will obtain, and it'll be in our favor. If we want to have this person, Mariel, brought to understand that we mean business, and we want to know why she did what she did. So that means having to take our chocobo past these massive rigs here. Yeah, they're almost like oil rigs, they almost look like. Like really old school oil rigs. You can even hear them pumping. You can almost hear them pumping their black gold Texas tea. If you know what show gave that line, I'm impressed. But I don't expect to see it in the comments. But if you do, well done. Okay. So let's see who we're gonna speak with. Starting with Kikipoo. Not to be confused with Tittipoo, the village from the Gilbert and Sullivan musical The Mikado. Kikipoo? Greetings, Mathia. What can I do for the Silver Bazaar's favorite adventurer? Looking for Marielle, you say? If you're hoping to lure her back to Ul'dah, you may as well give up now. The girl's done with city life. Well, I don't think we're gonna give up on it just yet. Maybe Spotted Meadow knows a thing or two. Do I know of any returning residents? Gods, don't tell me they're starting to come back! My masters will not be pleased to hear of this. What do you mean they're not gonna be happy to know that old residents are returning? Yeah, I get the feeling you may have just tipped your hand, sir. Because yeah, if he has anything to do with it, ooh, it could get dicey. Yeah, we don't often come down here to see this little boat. Danielle. Or I guess it would be just Daniel. Marielle? Aye, she's here. Left the city for good, she says. Barely leaves her house, though. It's the one closest to the market entrance. I shall hold you to this. I shall hold you to this, young man, and hope that you, for our benefit, you just squealed on her. But yeah, if it is the home that is the closest to the entrance, then by logic, it should be this one. And logic has failed me. Screw you, logic! But yeah, there aren't many houses in this town. So she's gotta be in one of them. Well, we have a merchant and mender. Well, do I need gear that needs to be repaired? No. Are you hiding back here? No. Alright, so far, that's 0-2 against us. But what other houses are there here in this place? I mean, we have the circle, that means we should be finding a person of interest. And by judging by the looks of it, those are the only two other houses that are in this place. So it's gotta be this one. Bullseye. Excuse me. Closest one to the market entrance. More like the one that was furthest away. Yeah, don't say anything yet. We'll sneak up on her and then go boom. Come out and say it.
You are Marielle, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
Hi.
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me.
Yeah, she's gonna try and escape. But try getting past this human, this big man. Remember me?
General Alden.
Yeah, that's right. The one and only. I'm expecting her to say guards. Just come and say it. I know you want to. You'll say guards and all of a sudden we'll have a fight on our hands.
From you, girl.
I don't believe she will. Here we go.
Mayhap it would be better coming from me.
Hi, Lolorito. And she brings Dulala. Yep, trap sprung.
Lolorito, you'd best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid, in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim.
It's Nariel, isn't it? Which means we're threatening the new Sultana. And he knows it.
'Twas plain that Telegi's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Nariel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison. You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan.
Oh, I think we already did.
I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Telegi. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
'Cause, yeah, the general took out one of Lolorito's rivals. And he can even smirk, too.
You conniving little worm! You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
Speaking of which, where are they?
When a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Braves' initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution.
Yeah, of course Alvino's pissed off.
Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire. Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things.
Boy, he really wants to light that fuse, doesn't he?
You to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed. Alas,
do you see him laughing?
Ilberd's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended.
And so then what becomes of the Crystal Braves? Are there any that are still loyal to us?
Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive. And preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
In other words, put the Warrior of Light back into custody.
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Telegi Adelegi without trial? Though you acted
Yeah,
out
two
of
wrongs don't
loyalty
make
to
it
the
right, do they?
Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law.
Don't look at me. I ain't gonna do your dirty work.
If you would, Lord Lolorito?
That would be what we need to revive her?
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation. You will find her grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
Yeah, but I think he would like nothing more than to do away with you. And it better work, too. Don't break it in your big mighty hands there, Realm.
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
And so I guess now we can finally go back to Ul'dah and start straightening things out.
Rauban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
We'll hold you to it, Dulala. Yeah, we're not getting any cheers from these two. Or for these two, for that matter. And what of the lady in waiting? I have nothing to say to you. But why are you following her out? Or why are you following him out? Yeah. I still feel it's a trap. No good can come from any of what's about to happen. I really feel that in my bones that we are going to see the worst happening in a moment. But of course that moment will happen in our next episode because we're over half an hour right now, so let's speak with Alphino to complete the current challenge. By the 12, I feared Lord Lolorito's arrival would herald another bloodbath. As did I. Little did I suspect that he of all people would gift us the means to rouse the Sultana. And so with that, another 64,000 experience points, plus choice of various belts. We'll take this one. We can take the next main story mission, but we'll leave that for the next episode. So, we'll see if we can indeed hold Lolorito to his word, and find out if the Sultana can indeed be revived. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. And when I join you again, we will return to Ul'dah and see if what Lolorito gave us will indeed bring Sultana Nanamo Ul'namo back from her long slumber. So until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Navora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.